Welcome back, everybody. I need to figure out a better way to start this. I need to figure out a way that's going to make this interesting and appealing to the masses, or to the small few who listen. Today is Sunday, the 19th of March, 2023, making today, I believe, day 78. And it is 7:41 p.m. And I don't really have anything to talk about. But what's new, right? Nothing. I don't have anything to talk about any day, and I still get on here and I talk for 10 minutes every day, minimum. And it ends up being a thing that I ended up coming up with some stuff. What happened today? Today, Mads and I, we hung out. We had a bit of a sleep in. We went into the city, actually. So Mads has been most recently been doing a poetry like English sort of class for uni, and she wrote a sonnet. She had to write sonnets, and I've read some of my sonnets that I've written, but she had to write a sonnet and send it to what's it called? Put it in, and it was like a competition, sonnet competition, and the winner would get a $100 gift card. And guess what Mads won? The sonnet competition. And so she wrote the sonnet, she won the competition, she won a $100 gift card for a bookstore called Readings. And we went into the city today and we had a look at that. And I really enjoy walking through bookstores. I think the bookstores are one of those things that, I don't know, they're quite enjoyable. They're good fun to like walk around and browse, and, you know, there's so many different options, so many different books. A lot of people write books, and a lot of books are being written. And I think that that's really cool. I think words, reading words and listening to books is good too, but reading books is like really good for your like obviously your education, but for your brain, for your memory, for your capacity, for your eyesight, for everything. It's like it's just good for your focus. And so, yeah. Oh, we did a puzzle too. We've set up like a puzzle yesterday. We did one. Mads and I started it yesterday, and then I sort of came back and forth and whatever. But because Mads has got to listen to, she's got to read 3 books for her next unit, which is like in 3 or 4 weeks. She's got to read 3 or 4 books, which is crazy. But she was listening to this book while she was doing a puzzle, and it was helpful and it was therapeutic for her, and it was one of those things where you can sit down and you don't have to because reading takes a lot of focus, where you got to sit down and you got to pay a lot of attention to the book. You can't go off in your own little mind. You got to create that world in your head. An audiobook allows you to do other things, keep your hands free. For me personally, I find that I don't retain enough of the information. I have to read. In fact, an audiobook paired with reading is going to give me the ultimate focus on the story, but I don't care that much about the story every time. But yeah, so she bought herself a new puzzle today with the gift card, and then a couple books, and she also bought me a book, which was very nice, mostly because she had like a $15 left on it, and I found a book that was $25, so we had to pay like $10 difference, but yeah. It was cool. It was a good day. I always like getting out to hang out with Mads in the city. We went to Dimmicks in the city. I showed her where I work now too in the city. And then we walked to Emporium, and we went to the Readings store. And then from there we went into Melbourne Central and grabbed a coffee, and then we just got on a train and came home. And we had Macca's for lunch, which is probably not good, but also fuck it, why not? We felt like it. We were having a good day. And then we came home and she finished the puzzle. And then we decided to pack that puzzle down. We took some photos of it and just packed it straight down and started a new one. So we got a Bob Ross puzzle, which I think is kind of fun. And that was our life today. And in the last, 24 hours, I don't know, I can't remember the time. Anyone who's listening to this will know what the time was, because I'll probably have listened to it in the last 10 minutes, but I can't remember what the time of my yesterday's podcast was. But whatever time it was, we ended up doing, it's ended up being 24 hours or whatever since then. But nothing else has happened. Nothing else is new. We were watching those episodes of Community. It's been a bloody good show. We're talking today about writing. We want to write a book, like a children's book. We've got a story idea based on our cats, which we think would be a really fun sort of story to tell. But we'll worry about it when we get to it. We'll think about it a bit more. I was thinking about that buddy Chat GPT, the AI generated images. Maybe we could like write the story ourselves and then chuck it into those, get some illustrations or something made up from like that AI thing, which I think might be kind of fun, like a collaboration, man and computer collaboration, write a story. And maybe I was even thinking about having a bit more of a structure to the way that I do these podcasts, so that I could have something, A, that's a bit more interesting for the listener, and B, have something that's a little bit more interesting for me to come and sit down and do. Because I haven't been feeling very motivated to do this. In fact, I forget sometimes. Yesterday I forgot. And today I was like, I quickly better go and do that before I forget. So I think that if I can start to do something a bit more consistent and have something a bit more, what's the word? I don't know. What would I base it off though? Like what's a motivation? What's an idea to do? Maybe that's the way I need to figure it out. I need to start reading books and then coming back and talking about like the most recent chapter of the book, or write down ideas that I had. Or maybe I need to start being more creative and creating more art. That's something I've thought about in the past. Well, the past being like 3 days ago. I've got all these creative ideas. I'm a man of dreams, but I'm not a man of action. And I need to work out how I can turn those dreams into action. And then if I can make that profitable. You know what? I keep thinking about profits. You know what I need to do? I need to do things that make me happy. I need to get back into photography. I used to really enjoy taking photos and doing photography. And maybe that's the move. Maybe that's what I need to do. Get my camera back out. In fact, it's already out. I just need to get my camera out. Start taking photos. Start getting out and having a good time with it. And, just having fun. Editing photos, posting photos. Maybe I could get into videography. Maybe I could write stories. I've always thought about maybe as part of the Mincho network, because the idea was that I could set something up that then I could expand upon. Maybe I could write some of my own like original stories and then have them as parts of a series where I record them into a microphone and I can play the characters, or I could read the story. I could just narrate the stories. And then they're like a thing where you can listen to my podcasts, but there'll be like separate podcasts that I maybe put in between these episodes, or as well as, or in a separate playlist or something like that. Or on a separate channel altogether. And I'd do it on this channel. The podcast would be a separate thing. And then I would do on the same channel, these audio journals, maybe where they pop up. Maybe I could use the characters or something like that for that, and just do these audio things. Who knows? Who knows what we could do? The future is limitless. We could just do whatever we want. And I could create something that I want to, that I would be proud of, that I'd be happy to do and be consistent with. I don't want it to feel like a chore. And that's what this audiobook, this podcast, this audio journal, whatever you want to call it, has been feeling a bit like a chore. And I'm not even 100 days into it, and I have 300 days to do. So I need to figure out a way to incorporate this into my life that's going to be constructive for like daily living, because otherwise I'm just coming in and talking shit to a microphone for 10 minutes every day. So that's, I think, the motivation, the plan from here on out. Mark my words, on day 78 or 79 or fucking whatever this is, I decided that I'm going to start using this audio journal for positive, and I need to start being a man of action, and I need to start doing things that make me happy. and having hobbies that are productive and constructive and don't hurt my brain and don't hurt my head. And with that being said, we have 10 minutes on the clock. That means that I can stop this at any point. I'm going to keep writing it out for a couple of seconds. And you're done.